girl, what's up? I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that? No,
It's the Frankie Russo show.
Like
What's going on here?
Or a bird or something. Oh no. Oh my god. It's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me. Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo show. And here's Frankie.
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo! Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. Major shout out. Bronx Patriot, Rebel Diaz, for telling the Canadian crews to get lost and go back to where he came from, to get the hell out of the Bronx, New York. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Breaking news. It appears that the GOP establishment, based on this video that's floating around on the internet, that Paul Ryan's their choice. Really? What about the will of the people? What about the Donald Trump's 8 million votes? Don't they count? What do you think? 800-848-9222. In addition, I heard through the grapevine, 20,000 lesbians, man, and celebrities such as Lady Gaga are partying out in the California desert during Dinah Shore's golf weekend.
Oh, behave.
Rumor has it, this is real. The Cruise Ruse is out in freaking Vegas right now with the Republican Joint Council with this establishment. I heard that he told Heidi to stay to hang out in Vegas over here. He's going out to the Palm Springs in the California desert. Who knows, man? Maybe he's pimping out there with Amy Lindsay, the porn queen, or one of those 20,000 lesbians, That's what I'm talking about, man. Quite frankly, I don't know how this cat is getting tail, He certainly ain't no pimp, son. That's for sure. He don't look like no player. But I guess, with the United States, he's a United States Senator running for president. Son, if you don't get tail in, you ain't never getting tail. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. And, man, I love to hear from the Babes for Trump Twitter handle, man. I put out a freaking Twitter thing out there. I love to hear from these chicks. Babes for Trump Twitter handle. Gotta check it out. DT updates. Vote for America's CEO, Donald J. Trump. States in play Tuesday. New York! We gotta get more than Romney. We gotta get 60 plus, man. Right now, the polls are out 50% for DT. The Emerson polls got DT at 64%. We gotta get DT over 60, man. We gotta get the Trumpster over 60. 800-848-9222. April 26th, Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. If you want to check out the Donald Trump rallies live, the video stream, just go to rsbn.tv, Right Side Broadcasting Network, and check it out. That's rsbn.tv, Right Side Broadcasting Network, 800-848-9222. Social media, Twitter, Facebook, send me a shout-out live. I'll shout it out live. Live internet stream, facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. And you got to check out the Frankie Russo TV YouTube channel. Got a lot of shows on there. You got to tell your friends. And a new Frankie Russo initiative. Help America's team. Help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. Bad thing going on. Unfortunately, our men and women in the United States Armed Forces are neglected. And, you know, we got to take care of this. I haven't reached my funding goal yet, but I'm not gonna stop until we do. We got to take care of them. They're performing these suicides at an alarming rate. They're saying 22 a day. Crazy stuff, man. We got to help America's team, help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Also, I had a pre-show, Frankie Russo Show number 111. It was a great show. Now, before we kick to the commercial, the Trump commercial at 1:15, I'm just going to, breaking news, it's, this past few days, the suspect believed to be the man in the hat among several arrested in the Belgium terror sweep. Mohammed Brini, the terror suspect believed to be the man in the hat, an accomplice of the suicide attackers at the Belgium airport, and the second arrested suspect, Swedish national Osama Kramen, may have been the second attacker at the Brussels metro station in the March 22nd bombings, and also they got Salah Abdeslam. They got him. He's from the Paris attacks in November. So my question is, what's going on over here, What's going on? France, Belgium, they're all capturing these radical Islamists. So my question is, why aren't we capturing radical Islamists? According to all the CIA directors that I saw on this major documentary, did I say it right? Spy Masters, CIA in the crosshairs, they're claiming, this is why Donald Trump is right with the enhanced interrogation tactics. We're killing too much. Why aren't we capturing, getting them over to Gitmo and waterboarding these mother effers? Why not? Because that's how we're going to garner the information. And then we go to the CIA ops. We got the CIA ops with the special forces, and that's how we're going to stop this asymmetrical warfare, this guerrilla warfare that's been going on for so many decades. 800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to a Donald Trump commercial. And we'll talk to you. Take some calls. Frankie Russo, yeah.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. All talk and no action politicians have let us down, and America is in deep trouble. But I'm going to change that. First, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm not taking special interest money, and I've called on other candidates to disavow their super PACs, but none of them have done it, which means they'll be puppets for lobbyists, donors, and special interests. I'll negotiate new trade deals, and those deals, along with my plans to cut taxes for the middle class and businesses, will bring American jobs back right here where they belong. I'll rebuild our military and make it so strong that no one will ever mess with us. We'll stop illegal immigration, and yes, we will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for it. I'm the only candidate running who can't be bought. I'll do what the politicians won't. I'll produce. We will make America great again.
New York is a great place. It's got great people. It's got loving people, wonderful people. When the World Trade Center came down, I saw something that no place on earth could have handled more beautifully, more humanely than New York. You had two 100...
That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. We got to vote for America's CEO, Donald J. Trump.
Welcome to the
April
boardroom.
19th, we got to bring home New York. We want over 60% of the vote. 800-848-9222. Question of the day. I'm going to kick to some calls. Should ISIS have the right to recruit on the U.S. campus according to the Clarion report? A Tennessee lawmaker, this is breaking news, proposed ISIS to be granted the right to recruit on campus during a debate on a new law to defend free speech on campus. You believe this? Representative Martin Daniel, Republican from Tennessee. I guess, he's a Cruise Crew guy. The Tennessee Student Free Speech Protection Act, when he was asked by Rep. John DeBerry from Memphis, Tennessee, whether he supported the right of ISIS to recruit on campus, Daniel replied, Martin Daniel from Knoxville, Tennessee, he's a Republican senator, so long as it doesn't disrupt the proceedings on that campus, ISIS should be able to recruit. What? Are you kidding me? What's going on over here? No wonder why the people are going crazy with these politicians. Who are these people? They're not Americans. 800-848-9222. We're going to go to John in Brooklyn. What's poppin', John? You there, John? You might be there, John. John wants to talk about nuclear weapons. What's up, John? You there? Okay, let's kick to, we're going to go to, how about Bruce? Johnny, you there? Johnny from Brooklyn, you there?
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up, my brother? How's everything? You on the Frankie Russo show at 77 WABC.
Okay, you started off with Cruz. Trump referring to Cruz as like some sort of anti-New Yorker. Now, Frankie, for 1 minute, when Cruz made those remarks, did you think he was anti-people that, were the wonderful things?
Bro, he referred to it. He said New York is about media and money. There are some pundits that were saying that they were anti-Semitic statements, quite frankly.
You're defending a guy who gave money to Chuck Schumer, okay, up Chuck Schumer.
He did.
Hillary Clinton.
He did.
Bill Clinton.
He did.
And not for 1 second when Cruz made those remarks.
He did. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Donald Trump is a builder at the time. Donald Trump is a businessman. Do you know what a builder? Do you know what it takes to get a building put up in New York? Do you know what it takes? The politics?
Yeah, paying off the mafia.
Paying off the mafia. Hey, my brother, you're just a Cruise Crew guy. It's okay. You're supporting the Canadian. It's okay. I'm moving. Thank you for the call. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't want to talk no more about this. We've talked about this numerous times. Your arguments are crazy. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Chris in Bensonhurst. What's popping? Chris.
What's up, Frankie?
What's up, my brother?
It's a disgrace that guy's from Brooklyn.
Right? Come on, man. This guy's killing us over here. New York, hey, I'm not down with these politicians. New York came together with 9/11. I love the melting pot. I have, did I say that right? I have people in my neighborhood. I have African American. I have Caribbean. We all get along. It's a great city. I love the diversity. And this guy's trying to pawn Cruz off as, Cruz is not even a freaking conservative. He's a freaking globalist.
He's not an American.
Exactly. He's a Canadian. Thank you. So what's up, brother?
Well, I got a quick story for you.
Go ahead, my brother.
The other day, I had a Hillary supporter trying to tell me to drop Trump, right? And, this person has no points, and all he wants to tell me is it's going to be historic to vote her in and all this stuff. You know how I shut him down?
How'd you shut him down?
I turned around. I said to him, look, I read 5 books about Trump.
Wow.
I said, you know what? You know, could you see that you've read 5 books about your candidate? And he just dropped. His jaw dropped. That was it.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, there's an article that came out of New York Post. That's what I'm saying. She's going to end up, with the grace of God, she ends up in jail with her basement, with her server. You know, Donald Trump, there's an article in New York Post that came out, how Donald Trump helped save New York. And this guy has you're going to understand something. Cruz is a freshman senator. Rubio is a freshman senator. Donald Trump is an accomplished businessman. He's the blue-collar billionaire. And people are calling me up with this. What did Cruz do? He did a filibuster?
Right.
What is How is that a requirement for the United? How is that something of a requirement when he's not even an American? What did he do? Memorize the Constitution? I guess because he memorized the Constitution, he's an American. He's a natural-born American citizen.
Look, we made one mistake with the Kenyan. We can't do it again.
You're right.
We can't do it again.
My brother, God bless you. Great call. 800. Thank you so much, man. 800-848-9222. I'm going to Cottrell from Brooklyn. What's poppin', Cottrell?
Hey, Frankie.
How are you, my brother?
Pretty good. Yes. But I'm worried about the upcoming election.
What are you worried about? I know. Let me ask you, are you with Cruz or Trump?
Neither.
Who you with? Bernie? Are you with Bernie?
At this moment, I will wait until the Republicans choose the candidate and the running mate.
So you're going to go with Paul Ryan?
To be honest with you, I suspect they're going to surprise us.
Who you going with, Bernie? You with Bernie the burn? Feel the burn?
Are you kidding?
Come on, Cottrell.
I want to do to Bernie Sanders.
Cottrell, you're calling Frankie Russo at 1:24 in the morning. You can't front on me. You got to give me. You can't be on the fence over here, son. You got to give me something. Who you with?
I was backing Rand Paul at one time, but
Rand Paul. He's another freshman senator, no experience. He's a medical doctor. He's a smart guy. I'm not gonna lie, but we need an administrator. We're facing. You know what they're saying at CNN? That we're conceivably facing, like Donald Trump has said, we're looking at a massive recession. We're not too far off. We need someone that knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. How about Bobby Jindal? He's got good experience.
Bobby Jindal is like Rubio. He's not eligible. His parents are foreign nationals. We need an American in there, Cottrell.
That's true. I mean, there's all these.
Come on, man. Do you know something? If we don't put Donald Trump in there, Cruz is kicking. This Canadian Cruz, they're kicking the door in now. Obama opened it up, and we're done. We're going to have all these foreign nationals. Anwar al-Awlaki, if he wasn't whacked by a drone, according to Cruz, Anwar al-Awlaki was born here to 2 foreign nationals. He could run for president. We got the Prince Hassim Hussein from Jordan. His father is King Abdul. His mother's Queen Noor. She was born here. So we got all these foreign nationals running for president. We might as well just, English won't be our language anymore. We won't be able to maintain any of the founding fathers, the beginning of this country, and we're just, opening up to all these foreign nationals who have no ties to this nation.
Yeah. What's his name? Rubio just backed Obama's Zika plan.
Yeah. Why am I not shocked? So there it is.
I see.
Cottrell.
I think he still has presidential ambitions.
It probably does. Maybe he's running for vice president with Paul Ryan. Cottrell, thank you for the call, my brother.
Have a great day.
You too. 800-848-9222. I'm kicking to Marshall from Lake George, New York.
Hey, we're in the Adirondacks, and Donald Trump is coming to Albany on Monday.
So what do you think?
Well, I think the auditorium holds 17,000 people. It's the Times Union Center in downtown Albany, the capital of New York State.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think that all of a sudden the state of New York is a player on both sides of the aisle in this election. Hillary's done and gone.
Right.
And Cruz was up in Scotia yesterday, and Kasich is coming, I think, next week to Saratoga and then down to Troy.
Do you know what I heard? Do you know what I heard?
I tell you what, we need to get 17,000 people in that Times Union Center down there in Albany on Monday.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm saying. Sending the love to Donald Trump. So New York could be conceivably Donald Trump's second wind, because from New York, then we got Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. April 26th, he can run the table. If Donald Trump I believe he's doing a fabulous job. He continues. He takes a little bit of the high road over here. He takes New York, Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and then I think May 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, is Indiana.
Right.
I mean, Donald Trump could run the table, and he'll have the 1237, and it's over.
Hey,
and Cruz, for all the Cruz, just so you know, my brother Marshall, Ted Cruz, the Canadian Cruz, the Canadian pimp, okay?
Right.
He will be mathematically eliminated. He won't be able to reach 1237 by April 26th. So he's done. I'm sorry, Cruz crew.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a fun ride.
Absolutely. Hey, Marshall, thank you for the call, my brother.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Care,
800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to Gary, and then we'll see, because we're kicking to a Trump commercial about 1:30. What's up, Gary from the Bronx? What's poppin', kid? Thank you. You're on the 77 WABC Frankie Russo show.
Perfect lead-in, Frank. First of all, Frank, you know who had the best week on the campaign trail this week? Really?
Donald Trump.
I got to concede it. It had to be John Kasich. He's up and off the Avenue, stuffing his face, eating the best
Hey,
food.
man, I tell you, that's amazing. That's the last of the Italian delis out there.
Oh, no, Frank, you've never been up there. You're a Brooklyn boy.
What do you mean never been up there? I did a little Fordham University out there. I moved around over in the Bronx. This is Frankie Russo, kid.
You got well. I know
got
that,
a
but
few Latinas out there in the Bronx, son.
I'm just saying, Kasich had the best week because he was eating the best food on the planet.
You know
up
what
and
I
off the
heard?
Avenue up there, right? The bottom line here, Frank, is this: if you're counting the votes, Trump is going to win, kid.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to be fair. I want him to win fair and square. Thank you for the call, my brother. 800-848-9222. You know what I heard? Like we've been talking all week, right? Glenn Beck says he hates. Glenn Beck says he hates. Glenn Beck, that's a big-time supporter, maybe a vice president for Canadian Cruz, the pimp, okay? Glenn Beck says he hates the families of the victims of 9/11. He says he hates them. And he went on to say if he gets anywhere close to Trump, he's going to stab him. Then his president, then his guy that's running for president, the Canadian, says that he would run over Trump with a car. And then I found out that John Kasich's campaign manager wants to put a bullet in Donald Trump's head. And nobody wants to talk about this stuff. Nobody. Everybody talks about Donald Trump's a misogynist, Donald Trump this, The only reason why Cruz is getting all the TV time, who cares what Cruz says, quite frankly? He says he's an American because he memorized the Constitution. He's born in Canada. But because all he does, every other word out of his mouth is anti-Trump. Every other word. 800-848-9222. Stay with me. We're going to kick to a Donald Trump commercial. And then we're going into the second half of the Frankie Russo show. We're kicking it tonight at 77 WABC.
I'm Donald Trump, and I'm running for president. And I just wanted to talk to the people of Wisconsin because there's so much misinformation that's being put out there about me. Let's talk taxes. If I'm president, your taxes are going to go way down. And if you have a small business, big tax break. Every other candidate wants to cut Medicare and Social Security. Not me. It's not going to happen. I'm going to bring jobs back from Mexico, from China, from Japan. Obamacare is a total disaster. I'm going to repeal it and replace it with something so much better. At the same time, we're going to make our military bigger, better, and stronger than it's ever been. Nobody is ever going to mess with us again. And we're going to get rid of ISIS fast. And we're going to take care of our vets. I'll never let you down. Please go vote on Tuesday. We're going to make America great again. I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President, Inc.
Don't forget, I call him Lion Ted. I call him that because nobody that I've known a lot tougher people over the years in business, but I've never known anybody that lied like Ted Cruz.
Yeah. Here we go.
We're pumping the Trump tonight, baby.
Make America great again.
800-848-9222. We're pumping the Trump. Yo, it came to my attention while Hillary Clinton was in the basement with the server, with strapping it on with the sex slaves. Bill Clinton was like hanging with Uma Abedin. I heard he ripped off her burqa, and you know what I mean? He had her against the wall, and Bubba was, he didn't even drop his pants, son. He didn't even drop his pants. 800-848-9222. And now Bill Clinton's doing this clash with Black Lives Matter. New York activists question, why did he apologize, man? Black Lives Matter and racial justice activists in New York say they heard Bill Clinton loud and clear after he took on protesters at the Philadelphia rally. These Black Lives Matter activists based in New York say they question the sincerity of Bill Clinton's apology. He had a statement at NAACP last summer that about the longest sentences in the sentences in the 1994 crime bill was overdone. They're claiming that he clashed with them, and I thought he was being real and honest. He said, I don't know how you would characterize the gang leaders who got 13-year-old kids hopped up on crack and sent them out into the street to murder other African-American children. I think he's being real and honest. This whole thing with, the street violence, the racial thing, and all this stuff, it affects everybody. We need to get this straightened out. We got to get these kids off this Black Lives Matter, this violence, and get them a better education in school with this $25 billion going to a failed public school system. I'm telling you, that's where the racism is. But nobody wants to talk about it. We got the Sandinista from Nicaragua. We got the governor puts his head under the dirt. And then we got Melissa Viverito, the Cuban terrorist sympathizer, hanging out as the city council speaker while these kids are not learning to read and write, non-whites. This is crazy. 800-848-9222. I'm kicking a Pete in Great Neck. What's popping, Petey? You there?
Hey.
What's up,
Frankie,
my brother?
How are you?
Beautiful.
Long time no here. The best show in town.
Thank you, my brother.
Frankie, I'd like to just say one thing. Everybody's talking, one guy wants Cruz, one guy wants Trump. Listen, we got to stand behind whoever gets nominated. I want Trump.
Not
Don't
me.
Get me wrong.
I can't vote for Cruz.
But, Frankie, listen.
No Trump, no vote, no
to,
Trump. That's
the
me.
The point I'm trying to make, you want somebody like Hillary in there?
Hey, listen, it doesn't matter. Because either way, we got an adopted foreign national, and then Cruz is born in Canada. So he's it just further, because I had 8 years with Obama, not knowing where this guy was born. He's got a fraudulent selective service card, which is statistically significant. And now we got Cruz that was a Canadian citizen up until 2014, even while he was a United States Senator.
Well, I can understand your point.
So I am so sick and tired of this Obama-Cruz narrative. I'm done with it. I don't care. Hillary Clinton should be in jail. Bernie Sanders is off his rocker with all this global debt, talking about free education. The only guy that makes any sense who they're attacking is the natural-born American citizen, Donald Trump.
Well, can I just say a couple of things about Hillary and Bill? Okay.
Go ahead.
First of all,
we talk about it a lot.
They passed the bill to destroy Glass-Steagall Act, right? That's why our banks are in such trouble, because our banks were split up and they became a gambling house, all right? That's number one. Number two, they gave us NASDA, which, how is that working out with the free trade? We have a deficit that's unbelievable. It's like almost $1 trillion a year, whatever it is, because it's not a fair trade. Which Trump is trying to, he might try to do something about that.
My brother, the only guy, we don't need a freshman senator that never administrated anything above whatever he's done. I mean, this guy, they claim he's only passed one bill in the how many years he's been in the United States Senate. He's a freshman senator. He's only passed one bill, How does that make him, what is he, he's a filibuster guy?
No, I agree with you, Frankie.
This is sick, man. This is like no contest. He's a small fry. Rubio is a small fry. Hillary Clinton, unfortunately, is corrupt, but she's got media. She's not going to be easy to beat. We need Donald Trump. That's the only guy that could beat her.
One other thing I like to say about Hillary. Her mentor and Obama's mentor is Saul Lewinsky.
Right, that's the whole
Chicago politician. Look in his book. You know who he dedicated his book to?
Who?
Lucifer.
Wow, that's
Lucifer,
crazy.
Frankie.
Hey,
Tell
listen,
me that ain't sick. Look it up. And one other thing. In his book, how to destroy America, how to destroy the system,
crazy.
Bring it down with overloaded with debt. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, my
Frankie,
brother.
have a good week.
You too. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. I'm going to John from Jersey City. What's poppin', John?
Frankie, the Teamsters backed Trump just like they backed Reagan. That being said, I think Trump has a big ego, but...
Big ego? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you have a big ego?
Let me say something. He has to have a vice president from the labor unions to continue his work against the trade deals. Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you for the call. That's really interesting. Not only just for the record, he's 100% right. Not only are New York Teamsters behind Trump, just go to Teamsters United for Trump on Facebook. Pennsylvania, they've registered, they switched and ditched over 220,000 voters from Democrat to Republican. A lot of them are Teamsters for Donald Trump. 800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to Louis in New Jersey. What's poppin', Louis? You there? You might be there. How about Bruce in Garden City? You there, Bruce? Bruce in Garden City.
How are you, my friend?
What's up, my brother?
Listen, man. You vote for Cruz and you lose.
That's it.
Nobody's going to beat Hillary except Donald Trump.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, and I'm right with you, man. You know what? I grew up in Brooklyn. I'm 61 years old. I went to school in Bed-Stuy.
Beautiful.
I'll tell you right now, there's nobody going to beat Hillary. And if you vote for anybody else, you are a loser cruiser, and you're going nowhere.
That's what I'm talking about. They're going to pigeonhole Cruz.
All right?
They're going to pigeonhole him. You can't pigeonhole Trump.
And you know what? You know what the deal is? The Republican establishment and the Democrats are so scared of Trump. They're trying to drive this guy out of the country. They're trying to drive him into the ground because they're afraid that he's going to upset their little country club that they got going on the backs of the taxpayers, the middle-class guy who's paying for their country club.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Great point. You know, it's craziness. We got to support Donald Trump. We got to vote for him this coming April 19th. We got to get over 60% of vote. We got to beat Romney's number. Romney, I think, got 62, 63% in 2012.
Romney, what a loser. Frankie, I want to tell you something. You know what? I love Trump. It's his game. He can lose this or win this.
You're right.
He's got to tone it down a little bit. He's got to be a little bit more presidential. You know what?
He don't have to do that. Just be Trump, but he has to stop. He has to be more. I think he has to take more of the high ground. Let Trump do Trump, but instead of the lion Ted and all this, take a little bit more of the high road.
He's got to back off a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
He's got to back off a little bit. But you know what? He's a winner.
Absolutely.
And if the people step behind him, we're going to change this country. We're going to get Trump change instead of chump change.
Absolutely,
and
Bruce. Thank you for the call. God bless you. Great point. Thank you for the call.
Welcome to the boardroom.
800-848-9222. Woo! No sleep, baby. We don't sleep over here.
Welcome to the boardroom.
Frankie Russo show. Can you handle it? I don't think so. Louis from New Jersey. What's poppin', Louis? You there? Louis, you there? You having a little pasta? What are you doing?
Willie from New Jersey.
What part of Jersey?
Hamilton, New Jersey.
Nice. You got the crime? Well, you got Clinton and the crime family? What's going on? I don't know nobody. I don't want to know nothing. My name's Frankie Russo. People hear Russo, they think mafia or whatever. I don't know nobody. I don't want to know nobody. I don't know nothing. What's going on, kid?
The only thing I wanted to say is this, Frank. When you talk about educating these kids today, it isn't a matter of money. They want to keep spending more and more money. It's a matter of the parents.
You're right. I agree. But you know something? The charter.
Where everything starts is with the parents.
Yeah, but Louis, you know something? The charter schools, right? We got a freaking Sandinista in Gracie Mansion. The charter schools, they did. I think not this year, last year they had a big rally out in Albany. They had tens of thousands of the mothers of these kids rallying for the charter schools. The big chances for these kids the non-white kids that can't afford an education, to actually have a chance to not only get a proper education, but to uplift themselves and get into a college and to really be educated. But instead, this freaking Sandinista is against the charter schools.
Well, they want these kids stupid because they want them to depend on them.
And is that not racism? That's where the racism is.
But believe me, the trouble is the black leaders want the blacks to be stupid too because they want to depend on them.
I wouldn't say all of the black leaders. There's some that want to, play this race card, and everybody, and people, some people follow them. And there's some people that are actually trying to educate people, trying to uplift people. And it's not, there are many black leaders that I know of that are trying to do that. And that's the way we got to go here. And but you know something, Louis, and you're raising some great points. $20 to $25 billion are going from taxpayers' money to the UFT, the United Teachers, whatever, the UTF, whatever, the United Federation of Teachers. And, I got no problem with unions. My father was a big union guy. I'm a union. Unions are great, but not when we're ripping off. We're taking all these taxpayers out, $20 billion, $25 billion, and these kids are in failed factories. They can't read or write. Only 30% conceivably of the graduates might be able to make it through college. That's a failed system. This is bad.
Frankie, you got guys like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jack. They want to keep them kids stupid.
Well, hey, listen. I'm not going to call, I don't know, obviously, Sharpton and those guys, they play the race game, and I'm not going to lie about that. They do. I don't agree. I don't agree with it. We should be more talking about bringing people together, helping everybody, because we're all human beings in this game. Thank you so much for the call. I'm getting ready to kick to a Donald Trump commercial. Louis from Hamilton, New Jersey, raised some great points. I want to thank you so much for the call. We're going to go to a Donald Trump commercial, and we come back. We're going to finish the final quarter of the Frankie Russo show.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. All talk and no action politicians have let us down, and America is in deep trouble. But I'm going to change that. First, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm not taking special interest money, and I've called on other candidates to disavow their super PACs, but none of them have done it, which means they'll be puppets for lobbyists, donors, and special interests. I'll negotiate new trade deals, and those deals, along with my plans to cut taxes for the middle class and businesses, will bring American jobs back right here where they belong. I'll rebuild our military and make it so strong that no one will ever mess with us. We'll stop illegal immigration, and yes, we will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for it. I'm the only candidate running who can't be bought. I'll do what the politicians won't. I'll produce. We will make America great again.
Trump, what he's been able to do, which is really ticking people off, which I'm glad about. He's going rogue left and right, man. That's why he's doing so well.
DT's going rogue, baby. That's my girl, Sarah Palin. Oh, my God. I love her.
Trump, all right?
That's my girl.
Welcome to the boardroom.
Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
Yo! It just came in. Breitbart News, breaking news. Border Patrol agents claiming my computer's running slow. Illegal aliens walking out the front door. We don't know who we're releasing, according to the Border Patrol agent. The vice president of the National Border Patrol Council, who endorsed Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. He claims they're walking out the front door, and we don't know where they're going. And then he went on to say agents are under orders from the agency headquarters in Washington to release illegals by not giving them what's called NTAs, notice to appear summonses, that should send them straight to a deportation judge. Crazy stuff.
You're fired.
In response to a question on what happens to those who don't receive NTAs, they get released back into the United States, and they walk out the front door. No wonder why people are going, what's going on over here? We got no country. Donald Trump is right. Once again, Donald Trump is right. Go figure. You know, he's the guy that's under attack. Cruz is changing his campaign slogan. It went from trusted to like jobs. Donald Trump has created thousands of jobs. This guy never created a job in his life. Unbelievable. 800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to Joyce in New York area, the third eye lady. I'll move it, Joyce, so let's do fast.
No. What eye? Are there any other eyes? How about the fourth eye? Listen, I feel, a little focus has to be placed on the buildings in the city that are owned by people, and you don't know their names, you don't know who owns them.
So what are we talking about?
This is very important. It has to do with the money laundering, and it has to do with
what are we saying? Where are we going with this?
One more government. Hold on. The politicians have to look into this, and who owns them? The communists? Doesn't it fit in with the money laundering here? Communism, they don't want, and the religions. I mean,
you're starting to sound a little spooky over here. I'm starting to hear a little doo-doo-doo.
Inadvertently, I was on an interview in a building, a doorman building, when I wanted to know the owner. They said, we all own it. I said, well, who are you? They wouldn't give me
Hey, Joyce, you're not statistically significant right now. You're being statistically insignificant.
No, how about the money laundering? People are getting $100 bills and they're fake.
Joyce, I gotta go. Thank you for the call. Very nice lady. I'm sorry. I gotta go to Annie in the Bronx.
I hope you consider this.
Thank you so much for the call, third eye lady. Sometimes, she's a nice lady. She talks some good stuff. Yoga lady. Annie in the Bronx. What's poppin', Annie? Who's this? Annie in the Bronx. You there?
No, this is Donna from Lindenhurst.
What's up, Donna? What are we doing? I'm moving, Donna. Go to your joke. I got to get to Annie. I want to get to Annie.
All right.
I'm going deep, baby. Because I'm getting in.
You're making me crazy,
This is Frankie Russo. I'm here 1:40 in the morning, something like that. Come on, baby. What's going on?
All right. I wrote a new book.
What is it called?
It's called Sexy Russian Spy Secrets and Recipe Book. It's my recollections of true spy stories from the United Nations when I used to work there.
Hey, Donna.
And when I studied Russian in college.
Sounds interesting. Donna, are you going to that thing out, the 20,000 lesbians out in Cali? I heard some New York chicks are going out there. You going out there?
I am not a lesbian.
Okay, just checking. Is Cruz in it? Is Cruz in it? Is Cruz in this thing? The book?
What are you talking about?
Is Ted Cruz in the book? He's a pimp. I don't know how this guy became a pimp. He looks like freaking the guy from Munsters. What's that guy? The guy was telling me, the guy from Munsters, the grandpa. This guy's like, how does a guy like that? The only way he's pimping, he's getting tail right now. The only way is because he's one of the United States senator. He's got the chick out at CNN that's all over him. She's slobbering all over him. She's still probably getting some from TC. He's over here in New York. Donna, thank you for the call.
Why are you...
Thank you for the call. I'm going to Annie in the Bronx. This is Frankie Russo. Understand something. I'm over here at 77 WABC. I got 10 minutes left in the show. What's up, Annie?
Hi, how you doing, Frankie? Thank you.
My fellow Latina. Did you go? You're in the Bronx. Did you go see the freaking Canadian?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Of course. That's my boy. I wanted to see the dancing booger on his lips again.
Did you go? Did you see Rebel Diaz, the cat that was all over him, told him to get the hell out of New York and go back to Canada?
I wanted to see if he raised enough money to be able to pay Donald Trump back. I want to know if Mitt Romney's paid Donald Trump back.
That's what I'm talking about, Eddie. Good one.
I like the way these people have no foresight
and they have no hindsight. They talk about all the money he's given to Democrats as if it's inevitable when you're a builder,
right?
Knowing that you have to have this kind of like panoramic view.
How the hell is he going to get anything done if you don't pay, right?
Exactly. So, but what about the money that these cutthroats have borrowed from Donald Trump? And he also supported, he voted for Bush. Nobody ever talks about that. The times that he's voted Republican, nobody talks about that. And how he projects his life, how he lives his life. What about his two kids? Ooh, because they've come out so bad, of course.
Unbelievable. Ivanka and his sons and his other daughter and his other son, they're amazing kids. Hey, Andy, you're doing a great job. Let me ask you, did you hear that Donald Trump, when Cruz goes, this one, he gives it to this one, he gives it to that one. He goes, Cruz, you came into the Trump Towers and took a check from me. What the hell are you talking about?
You
came into freaking Trump Towers and took a check from Donald Trump.
Absolutely, they are.
What a freaking fraud this guy is.
Absolute
Who votes for this Cruz
ingrate. And let me tell you, they talk about how much mud he throws in people's face. If I was him, I would remind them all the time. I would say, excuse me, I've not received my money yet,
Hey, Andy.
What's going on here?
Thank you for the call.
Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you. 800-848-9220. I'm going to Hector and Bushwick. We're winding down. Hector and Bushwick, you want to talk about the election? Don't tell me you're a freaking Cruz cat.
No, listen, Frankie, you go up to Fordham University, you eat in the cafeteria. That doesn't count as eating in Arthur Avenue. Come on, Frank.
Wait a second. This is Frankie Russo over here. I don't front, son. I've been to I've been to Arthur Avenue. I've been to the Italian section over there. I've been to some delis. I had a blast over there. Don't tell Frankie Russo. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on, Hector?
Don't ever take the cannolis on the subway train with you. It'll cause a riot down there. Listen to me. Frank, listen to me. You got it made here, kid. You're being heard in 38 states and part in Canada. You know who's the guy who said years ago that foreign nationals would run for president of the United States
No,
of
who
America?
said that? Who said that?
The legendary. Don't you got to say legendary first? Steve from Manhattan.
Did he really?
Yes, he did, Frankie. He said it years ago on the Bob Grant show.
On the Bob Grant. That's a great broadcaster. Wow. Hey, right. Steve, thank you. Steve, Hector, thank you for the call.
You got
We're
it.
winding down. We're going to go to Felix in Pennsylvania. He better be telling me that the Teamsters, that Pennsylvania is going Trump.
Yeehaw, Frankie Russo.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What famous TV character does Ted Cruz remind you of?
The cat from Al Lewis, right?
No. Quagmire on Family Guy.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds funny.
Oh, geez, I have to watch Family Guy. Well, hey, listen, there's one thing with Donald Trump, okay, where he's been falling short. He has not been properly addressing the accusations made against him. Like when he calls Ted Cruz lying Ted, he's got to really point out the lies because
great point.
And you know what? I appreciate the fact that you're finally, listening to my ranting and raving about Glenn Beck.
Well,
that man is a liar.
A liar. I think he's psychotic. No.
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, look, he talks about Donald Trump being narcissistic. That man is so narcissistic. He ranted one time that at a Ted Cruz thing, Donald Trump walked in the room while Glenn Beck was speaking, and he was like, he couldn't believe how everybody turned their attention to Donald Trump, and it was like Glenn Beck got
fired.
I
saw that. Hey, man, did you see online that they're saying that Cruz is conceivably considering Glenn Beck as his running mate? If he ever got with the grace I don't want that to happen.
No, I don't either. I mean, like I say, Glenn Beck, he is just such a narcissist. And again, these guys, he talks about being such a religious guy, right?
Oh my God!
He lies through his teeth. Frankie, right? I told you, man. I kept notes of every show where the guy told outright lies. And let's begin the whole thing with the Ku Klux Klan and David Duke. That's a lie. Him and Ted Cruz, they kept harping on about it.
That's right. Hey, Felix, man, you're 100% right. Thank you for the call. I'm under 5. I want to get somebody else on the air. This is crazy stuff. Felix raised some great points. I'm kicking to Jerry in New Jersey. The biggest gangster of them all is Cruz.
Hey, Frankie, love your shows. A first-time listener.
Thank you, Jerry. God bless you. What part of Jersey?
I'm from the first ward in Newark.
Beautiful. So what do you got going on? Jersey's June 7th.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hey, Frankie, let me just say this before I got time to say it. I'm 72 years old.
Wow, you sound young. God bless you.
Okay, and what I wanted to mention to you, Frankie, when Trump said about abortion, and everybody went crazy about the women should be punished in some way. Frankie, as far as I'm concerned, I'm from old school. When you give out free contraceptives to the women, where's the responsibility on their half?
Well, let me tell you something, my brother.
They were supposed to use them.
I'm pro-life. What I think Donald Trump meant, and this is what I think he meant, Roe v. Wade is the prevailing law of the land.
Right.
You can't tell a woman what to do with her body. However, taxpayers' dollars should not be going toward abortions. Let George Soros pay it. Let MoveOn.org pay it. Let all those lefty elites pay it. We should not be paying late-term abortions. You know, nobody, the rights of the unborn, they can't speak for themselves, and it's really a travesty. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for the call. I'm going to kick to Dale. Thank you. I'm going to kick to Dale. I'm winding down. Dale from Westchester. What's poppin', Dale?
Hey, Frankie, how are you?
Good. What's going on, girl? I'm under 3, so
Oh, I made a homemade pizza. But anyway.
Nice.
Yeah,
were you wearing an apron when you made it?
Oh, the hell with the apron. Are you kidding me? I'm just like, man, this is so good. I just got divorced, so I had to celebrate like with an Italian dish. So
nice. So you made pizza.
That's right.
You didn't wear an apron? So I'm not going to ask. I'm a gentleman, so I'm not going to go any further.
Well, listen, Frankie, when are you coming to Westchester, by the way?
Whenever Westchester wants me.
Whenever. Well, we got to get Trump in Westchester. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome, Dale. That would be freaking phenomenal.
So let me tell you, I was listening, this President Obama, he's like very narcissistic, and he's talking down about Trump's ideas, and it really was upsetting. And I thought that instead of opening up his big mouth, and because he already knows that everybody is sick of him, that he should have talked about the police. There's a lot of policemen that are getting shot lately, female, male, They're putting their lives on the line.
Absolutely.
Anything about it. And
Great
it's
point.
Just a tragedy. Domestic violence, crazy people.
Donald Trump is pro law enforcement.
Absolutely, and so am I. And shout out to all the policemen and policewomen. And by the way, as a nurse, okay, I am really pro-health, okay? Get checked out for everything. So this health care,
nice.
I know these doctors, okay, and they're all disgusted with this Obama health care. It is a disgrace and a disaster and financially crippling.
It's a failing. They're saying it's in 2017 that 7 of 10 of these exchanges are gonna fail. They're not going to be able to be sustained.
We have to pray that Trump gets in and Cruz goes back to whatever, Canada or wherever.
Absolutely, Dale. Thank you for the call. We're getting out of here. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to vote America's team. April 19th, New York primary. We got to get Trump over 60. We got to get Trump more votes than Mitt Romney. Can't keep up with this, kid. No way. I'll see you in the future.